Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Well, a lovely good evening and thank you for joining us on the ICU TV main news. To present it, my name is Malwa Eric J. Monamajende. Let's take a look at the stories that are making headlines. 2-year-old boy mauled to death by dogs in Lusaka's New Kasama. 24-year-old woman arrested for allegedly murdering her 2-year-old son in Porokoso. IBA warns media houses against airing deceptive religious content and traditional healing shows. In international news, Israeli strike kills 9 of Gaza doctors' children, hospital says. And on the sports front, ex-Liverpool keeper Reina sent off in his final game. Well, let's take a look at the details. A 2-year-old boy has been mauled to death by dogs in Lusaka's New Kasama area. Well, Assistant Police Spokesperson Godfrey Chilawi confirmed the tragic incident, which occurred on May 23, 2025 around 11 hours. Mr. Chilawi states that police received a report from Colonel Webster Simwanda, retired, aged 59, of New Kasama, who reported that his 4 dogs had mauled a child named Prosper Hamalea, the son of a caretaker at a neighboring property. Mr. Chilawi explains that preliminary investigations revealed Colonel Simwanda left his home around 6 hours that day, leaving the 4 dogs unsecured with the main gate unlocked, and added that the 2-year-old boy and his 4-year-old sister managed to enter the premises in search of water, whereupon the dogs attacked the boy. He says the child sustained multiple deep cuts and was rushed to the University Teaching Hospital UTH, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Mr. Chilawi confirms that the boy is currently in the UTH mortuary awaiting post-mortem examination, and further discloses that Colonel Simwanda is in police custody as investigations continue into possible charges of manslaughter and reckless or negligent acts. He also notes that the Lusaka City Council has been engaged to secure the dogs involved as part of the ongoing investigation. While Mr. Chilawi appealed to all dog owners to ensure their animals are properly secured to prevent similar tragedies.
We wish to confirm that police in Porokoso district have arrested a 24-year-old woman identified as Carol Chleshe for allegedly murdering her 2-year-old son, Thomas Nasilele. The incident is believed to have occurred between May 21, 2025, around 21 hours, and May 23, 2025, around 10 hours in Ikape village. Brief facts of the matter are that On May 21, 2025, around 21 hours, the suspect was seen returning from a drinking spree without her child. When questioned about the child's whereabouts, she claimed to have left the child with one of her relatives. However, on May 22, 2025, the suspect was again seen alone without the child. A check was made at the home of the relative she had mentioned, but the child was not found there. This prompted the relatives to take the suspect, Carol Chileshe, to the police station for further questioning. The suspect later revealed that she had thrown her child into a well near her home. A team of police officers, accompanied by personnel from the fire brigade at Mporokoso Town Council and led by the suspect, rushed to the scene where the body of the deceased child was retrieved from a 13-meter deep well. The body has since been deposited in Mporokoso Hospital mortuary, awaiting post-mortem examination. The suspect has since been detained in police custody and is facing a charge of murder.
Well, a 24-year-old woman identified as Kara Chileshe has been arrested for allegedly murdering her 2-year-old son, Thomas Nasilele, in Cape Village, Mporokoso district. The incident is believed to have occurred between May 21, 2025, around 21 hours, and May 23, 2025, around 10 hours. Assistant Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilawi confirmed the arrest in a statement issued to the media, describing the matter as deeply disturbing. Mr. Chilawi explains that on the evening of May 21, 2025, the suspect was seen returning from a drinking spree without her child, adding that then, questioned about the child's whereabouts, she claimed to have left him in the care of a relative. He states that on May 22, 2025, the suspect was again seen alone, raising further concern, adding that family members checked the home of the relative she had mentioned, but the child was not found there. Mr. Chilawi says the suspicious circumstances prompted the relatives to take Ms. Chileshe to the police for further questioning, disclosing that during interrogation, the suspect admitted to throwing the child into a nearby well. He adds that a team of police officers, together with fire brigade personnel from Mporokoso Town Council, rushed to the scene and, with the help of a suspect, retrieved the boy's body from a 13-meter deep well. Mr. Chilawi confirms that the body of the deceased has since been deposited in the Mporokoso Hospital mortuary awaiting post-mortem. He further states that the suspect is currently in police custody and has been charged with murder.
We wish to confirm that police in Mporokoso district have arrested a 24-year-old woman identified as Carol Chileshe for allegedly murdering her 2-year-old son, Thomas Nasilele. The incident is believed to have occurred between May 21, 2025, around 21 hours, and May 23, 2025, around 10 hours in Cape Village. Brief facts of the matter are that on May 21, 2025, around 21 hours, the suspect was seen returning from a drinking spree without her child. When questioned about the child's whereabouts, she claimed to have left the child with one of her relatives. However, on May 22, 2025, the suspect was again seen alone without the child. A check was made at the home of the relative she had mentioned, but the child was not found there. This prompted the relatives to take the suspect, Carol Chileshe, to the police station for further questioning. The suspect later revealed that she had thrown her child into a well near her home. A team of police officers, accompanied by personnel from the fire brigade at Mporokoso Town Council and led by the suspect, rushed to the scene where the body of the deceased child was retrieved from a 13-meter deep well. The body has since been deposited in Mporokoso Hospital mortuary, awaiting post-mortem examination. The suspect has since been detained in police custody and is facing a charge of murder.
And the Independent Broadcasting Authority, IBA, has cautioned media outlets against airing content that misleads the public, particularly religious programming and shows involving traditional healers. Acting Director General Susan Lumingu expressed concern over the growing number of broadcasts that make exaggerated claims about instant riches, miraculous cures, and job guarantees. She says such content often manipulates audiences by taking advantage of their vulnerabilities. Ms. Domingo points out that some individuals claiming to be pastors of traditional healers have used media platforms to declare possession of supernatural abilities, incite fear, and spread alarming messages. In some cases, dissenting callers have been verbally attacked or ridiculed on air for challenging these claims. She also reveals that certain traditional healers have resorted to threatening media houses that refuse to broadcast their controversial content. When referring to broadcasting regulations, Mrs. Domingo reminded stations that the airing of misleading material contravenes Section 426 of the Standard Operating Procedures, which protects audiences from exploitation. What she stresses that giving a platform to individuals who instill fear, promote misinformation, or discourage proper medical treatment is a direct violation of broadcasting licenses. Mrs. Domingo urges broadcasters to implement strict content vetting processes and adhere to ethical broadcasting standards. She warns that those who fail to comply with these guidelines risk facing regulatory action. She further echoes that IBA remains committed to safeguarding the integrity of Zambia's media space and ensuring it serves as a reliable source of information and public education.
Concern an increase in the number of religious programs on various broadcasting stations that appear to mislead audiences on political matters such as an instant wealth, bringing back lost lovers, miraculous healing, and securing jobs. Some of these programs also involve threats and coercion by religious figures, which exploit the vulnerabilities of audiences. The IBA has observed instances where some pastors and some traditional healers use broadcasting stations to claim supernatural abilities or make statements about cases and impending death, thereby creating unnecessary fear and anxiety among listeners and viewers. Additionally, some pastors have resorted to deriding dissenting opinions and verbally attacking callers who question their claims. Similarly, traditional healers must refrain from exerting pressure on broadcasting stations by threatening them whenever they refuse to broadcast their content due to the misleading statements they make on air. The IBA reminds all broadcasting stations that Section 426 of the Standard Operating Procedures explicitly states that religious programs must not improperly exploit any weaknesses of.
Well, this is where we get to take our first set of commercials. Please do stay tuned for more local stories.
The Information and Communications University is proud to announce that it will be celebrating its 60th graduation ceremony. We invite you to join us on December 20th at Mulungushi International Conference Center from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we honor the achievements and dedication of our graduating class. Witness the culmination of hard work, commitment, and aspirations as our graduates embark on a new chapter of their lives. Information and Communications University, driving the through for the nation in research and innovation.
Possible. Hi, I'm Ngenia Febamoyo. I'm your host on Let's Talk Mental Health. I invite you all to this show where you freely express yourself, and together we find a solution. For more details, you can contact 0777 93 73 92, and we'll be there to help you find solutions to whatever you're going through.
We're getting to continue with our local stories. A fatal road traffic accident involving two motorcyclists occurred along the Mwami Border Road in Chipata district, resulting in the death of one rider. The incident happened around 22 hours on Friday night when one of the motorcyclists reportedly veered out of his lane and crashed head-on into an approaching motorbike. Eastern Province Police Commissioner Robertson Mwema confirmed the incident and said the deceased suffered a severe head injury with bleeding from the ears and mouth. Mr. Mwema states that the rider was rushed to Chipata Central Hospital but was pronounced dead while receiving medical attention. He says the body has been taken to the hospital mortuary for identification and post-mortem examination. Mr. Mwemba further discloses that the second motorcyclist fled the scene without stopping after the crash, and efforts to trace the individual are underway. Residents of Serenge District in Central Province have welcomed the restoration of X-ray services at Serenge District Hospital, which had been unavailable for a year due to a malfunctioning machine. The lack of services had forced many patients to seek costly alternatives at private facilities or forego treatment altogether. The resumption of X-ray services has brought relief to the community, offering access to essential diagnostics without significant financial burden. Serenge Town Council Chairperson Stavas Mulumba has announced that plans are underway to procure a new X-ray machine using Constituency Development Funds (CDF). The move is expected to improve healthcare delivery in the district by enabling timely and accurate diagnosis, while the procurement of a new machine aims to ensure the sustainability of the service. The Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council (NGOCC) has called for timely updates on the Constitution of Zambia Amendment Bill 2025 to ensure continued public engagement in the national review process. While NGOCC Board Chairperson Beauty Katebe notes that keeping citizens informed is vital for building trust and encouraging inclusive participation, particularly among women, youth, and persons with disabilities. She emphasizes that constitutional reforms play a key role in promoting gender equality and inclusiveness in decision-making structures. Ms. Katebe has since encouraged authorities to maintain open communication and provide clarity on the next steps in the process.
The Non-Governmental Gender Organization Coordinating Council, NGOCC, has noted the delay in the publication of the Constitution of Zambia Amendment Bill 2025 with serious concerns. It may be recalled that on 25th March 2025, the Minister of Justice, Honorable Princess Kasune, MP, delivered a ministerial statement in the National Assembly outlining the 13 proposed amendments with specific timelines. As of 21st May 2025, the government was supposed to publish the Constitution of Zambia Amendment Bill 2025 in the Gazette for 30 days. This was for the purpose of public consultation in accordance with Article 79 of the Constitution, Cap 1. However, as of 23rd May 2025, the said bill was not published. The non-adherence to the timelines in this very important process is a cause for serious concern. Given the sensitivities around matters of constitutional amendments, the least the government can do is miss the critical timelines. What is even more worrying is the government's reluctance to proactively engage the members of the public over this delay. In fact, this delay casts serious doubts on the government's ability to meet.
While you are still watching the ICU TV main news, we do take another break. Coming up next is international and sports news. Well, stay tuned. Well, in international news, an Israeli airstrike on Gaza hit the home of a doctor and killed 9 of her children, the hospital where she works in the city of Khan, Younes says. Well, Nasser Hospital said one of Dr. Ala al-Najjar's children and her husband were injured but survived. Well, Graham Groom, a British surgeon working in the hospital, said he had operated on her surviving 11-year-old boy. A video shared by the director of the Hamas-run Health Ministry and verified by the BBC showed small burnt bodies lifted from the rubble of a strike in Khan Yunis. While Israel's military said its aircraft had struck a number of suspects in Khan Yunis on Friday, and the claim regarding harm to uninvolved civilians is under review. While still in international news, Russian aerial attacks on Ukraine have killed at least 13 people and injured 56 civilians across the country, according to regional officials. While Russia launched 250 drones and 14 ballistic missiles against Kyiv alone, and Ukraine's Air Force said causing fires in residential buildings. Well, at least 14 people were injured in the capital. It was one of the biggest combined aerial assaults on the city since the war began. The Air Force said it had downed 6 missiles and 245 drones. While we take another break, please do stay tuned for the sports news.
Who is the Speaker of the National Assembly?
I don't know.
You don't know about it?
Maybe someone you can tell.
The Speaker of the National Assembly, Nelly Motsi, Honorable Nelly Motsi.
Speaker of the National Assembly.
Just name.
When I want to explain it, my head will be headache me.
I know just a name. In what team?
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
It's a name, but the name is difficult.
What's her surname?
Mutengo.
Well, thank you for staying tuned. Now let's take a look at the stories on the sports front. Former Liverpool and Aston Villa goalkeeper Pepe Reina was sent off on his last match before retiring as his Como side lost 2-0 to Serie A runners-up Inter Milan. Well, Reina, 42, had announced the final league match of the campaign would be the end of his 25-year career, which saw him win silverware at Liverpool, Napoli and Bayern Munich, and be a part of the Spain squad that won the 2010 World Cup and 2 European Championships. Meanwhile, Football Association of Zambia FAS President Keith Mwemba has challenged the Copa Queens to set their sights on winning the 2025 Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON in Morocco. While addressing the team at Edwin Imboela Stadium, Mwemba emphasized discipline, unity and passion as key ingredients for success ahead of upcoming FIFA friendlies against Botswana and South Africa. He assures the players of the executive's full support, including resolving outstanding payments, but urged them to prioritize character and commitment over money. The Copa Queens are scheduled to face Botswana on 31st May and South Africa on 3rd June in preparation for WAFCON 2025. Well, with that sports item brings us to the end of the ICU TV main news. Let's take a look at the stories that made headlines. 2-year-old boy mauled to death by dogs in Lusaka's New Kasama. A 24-year-old woman arrested for allegedly murdering her 2-year-old son in Porokoso. IBA warns media houses against airing deceptive religious content and traditional healing shows. In international news, Israeli strike kills 9 of Gaza doctors' children, hospital says. And on the sports front, ex-Liverpool keeper Reina sent off in his final game. Well, that marks the end of the ICU TV main news. I've been your anchor this evening, Maluba Eric J. Mwanamjende. Please do stay tuned for more news updates right here on ICU TV. that is on Facebook, and ICUTV.com, that is on our website. Please do stay tuned for more updates. Have a lovely good evening.